What's up, guys? Bullvot the Fell-Handed here, bringing you The Way of the Derp, Part 4. We are on Redshire Standard Battle. The Greens hold the northern spawn, the Reds hold the southern spawn. Now, the idea here is we are going to go down the zero line, also known as the hot gates. The reason we are doing this is because this is assuredly where they will send some guys. There will be close range combat. That is exactly what we're looking for. We need to get these tanks into the fight. We need to get them stuck in. We need to get things happening right off the gate. We have a brace of KV2s backed by the hammer tank, the Tiger hammer tank. Now, we are one tier down in this lobby. We are in a tier 7 lobby. Doesn't really mean a whole lot for the KV2. It only means things will penetrate our armor more effectively. So we need to be cautious about that, and you also have to understand that the things you will be shooting are going to have more armor, so there's a chance if you hit them in the front you will do less damage. You need to be prepared for that mentally. You need to be ready for the fact you may not be as successful as you were normally used to. We have a guy here, might be able to pull a shot off on him if we can kind of line it up. We derp and we miss. That's the downside of the derp. Not horribly accurate, of course. Then again, if it was accurate, it would be massively OP. It is already OP. Now the idea here is I'm going to pull up behind this rock at a given distance and go hull down. And you know, the turret on this tank can be penetrated. It can actually be penetrated quite easily. Derp. We connected right there. And all I'm doing is I'm just going to pull up to this rock here, where I can get a little bit better cover. When I'm loaded, I'll pull back. So you just have to be very cautious because your turret is definitely a viable target in this tank. Not a lot of gun is needed to punch through the armor. So we're almost scoped in here. We're trying to get a shot in. I was a little bit afraid that I was going to derp it right into the rock. Derp. We go ahead and connect there. I think I either set him on fire or I hit two people. I don't really know. Damage was given. Mistakes were made by the Reds. And right now, we're just backing up and we're scoping in. And if you'll notice, I want to have my reticle completely zoomed in by the time I'm loaded. Derp. And while we're not doing an incredible amount of damage, we're maintaining damage. We're keeping pressure on the Reds, so they can't really do anything. They can't really rush anything because they know if they rush, they're going to get derped. So we just bounced around right there, and we have multiple targets. Going to scope this guy and see if we can't derp him, which of course we do. And so far, you know, we are being extremely effective in this spot. We're keeping them from pushing through. We're keeping pressure on them. We're doing damage constantly. We're not receiving any. We are in an excellent spot. I would recommend this spot to anyone because if they just pull over derp just a little bit, you can get a shot on them. So we are in an excellent spot, and we're lucky because sometimes you can't get in this spot where the Reds won't play ball. They won't come around that corner. They refuse to fall for the bait, which is not the case. You know, they're pulling up and they're trying to get shots at. So I'm taking shots from the right now. Derp. And I'm not exactly sure where the rounds are coming from, which I'm not crazy about. Probably, I would say, maybe on the back of the hill there. Maybe F5, somebody's on the back side of that hill putting rounds in me. I don't know. I'm not even sure if they can hit that far. They may, or maybe it was just artillery to begin with. Either way, let's get the hell out of there. If you're getting shot and there's nothing you can do about it, you need to get out of there. You need to move. I see a lot of guys where they just pull around a corner and they fire, and while they reload, they just sit there. Never do this, please. If you're reloading, your tank is essentially useless. You need to get in a cover. You need to get in a hard cover. Soft cover's fine if you don't have any other things. Soft cover's buildings that blow up, things like that. Buildings that crash down. Hard covers, you know, rocks, buildings that don't break, another tank, what have you. You need to use everything that this game gives you in order to be effective. So if you don't have any cover, use, you know, whatever you can, the slope in the hill or what have you, bushes that will give you extra camouflage. You know, you need to use whatever you can to do well in this game. That's more or less the bottom line. Now, as you can see on the map, the game is essentially over for myself because, you know, no one's going to be in range. Everyone's going to be dead by the time we get there. We're not going to stop driving, though. We're just going to keep going. There's an off chance that we could catch somebody going through the field. But for the most part, the game is over. We're just going to kind of ride around and see if there's anything we can do, any person we can derp right before we go out. We have a TD on the other side of the board, probably a good 400 and some change away. We do have a tiny bit shot on him, but he's backing up. It does not look good. He's not really wanting to stay still, and I don't blame him because I kind of see what's coming after him. And he just keeps rolling back and forth. We're going to try to get a shot on him, but I don't really think it's going to be successful. And, you know, it looks like for the most part he's out of there. He's going down the hill there to full complete cover, which is a smart move. You never want to pull out and fire when you know there's a lot of enemies looking at you. We're going to maybe try to derp the artillery here. You know, 400 meters away, it doesn't look good. It's not going to happen. Looks like somebody else got him. And, you know, that's game. The team did very well. We only lost a few guys. We ended up really holding the hot gates down. So, 1,675 damage, 1020 blocked. We did okay. We did decent in a tier 7 match. Guys, that's all I have for you today. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share.